Hello everyone, SiegeLink here, back with the first video of a new playthrough I'm going to be doing in a game called Core Keeper. Now I will say, this is not entirely a playthrough in terms of don't expect this to be typical normal gameplay. The reason I'm doing this is because Core Keeper is a game I've been playing quite extensively, and I've learned that especially later on in the game, you take a lot of time just kind of doing nothing to some extent. And because of that, I thought it would be a good place for me to kind of give updates to some extent. I've done updates kind of just loosely before, sometimes just in my videos, but I don't want my videos to be taken up with that. But second of all, I've got a lot of different things going on, both IRL and when it comes to my YouTube channel, that I want to have a place where I can kind of explain it, throughout time, because I still want to be able to record videos, but I want to also have people understand kind of what I'm going through. If people expect this or want to see that, I kind of just want to explain to people different things about my channel, because it's not exactly in the best place right now, to say the least. I mean, I'm sure most people can probably tell based on the fact that I've only uploaded one Marble League video, and it wasn't even the full qualifiers. And I've recorded a couple of videos of my pick'ems in the last CS2 major, which I plan to do again, and I'll explain further in a moment. But I'm just going to start up this world in Core Keeper. This is a game I highly recommend anyone getting. The price is very nice. No need to make a reference to that old game show, but it's a very good for its price. It's still getting updates to this day. And the reason I actually came to this game is because I learned about it a long time from the Yogscast. And then I played The Escapist, wasn't too big of a fan of it, or The Escapist 2, wasn't too into it, but I did like the game, I liked the aesthetic. And then they released an open world top-down survival game like this, called The Survivalists. And let's just say that game bombed, at least in terms of the content, and mostly the way it was made. They tried to make the whole system be about the monkey system, but the monkey system was so poorly made that it kind of just ruined the game, in my opinion. And then I looked back at this game, and which the Yogscast made videos on 2 years ago, I want to say, maybe 3, and it was actually a pretty solid game. It looked better than the Survivalists. And then I saw something that really surprised me, which is that this game was officially released in the summer of 2024, which confused me so much because I was certain I saw it years before then. And that's apparently the Yogscast were playing a beta version, I guess. Is kind of the way I say it. And yeah, I was just so surprised that not only are they continuously making content for this game, but it was only recently officially released, to the point where I could even vote for it as Game of the Year for 2024. And yeah, that's kind of just how I kind of came back to this game. I've been playing it a lot. It's a very nice top-down open world kind of box games, top-down sandbox game. There's a lot of different icons you can have for worlds, which is also something I like. This one I think I already have. That's kind of a derpy looking figure. I think I might do the bed because I'm just going to be kind of relaxing for the most part and just kind of explaining things. I could do this one as well because I'll be explaining things, but yeah, I think I'll go with the bed. I'm going to finish making this world. It's going to be a pretty standard world. I like high ceilings, or ceiling holes, because that adds more light to the game. The rest of these, I've actually tried out a couple of these settings, and there's just 4 for the most part. Low, which is very low, normal, high, which is very high, and then extreme is really extreme. So normal is what you're going to want to do with most of these, I recommend, except for ceiling holes, which you just kind of want more light in this game. I would potentially do casual just because I'm going to be talking about this game, or I'm just going to be updating while playing this game, but I'm going to do standard because it's decently easy anyways. So I'm going to take a moment YouTube update world. I'm gonna say YouTube update world. That'll work. And I'll be silent for a moment while I let the initial cutscene go through. And I'll make another character slot. Forgot about this. Let's get step hardcore. Yeah, just standard. Oh yeah, I forgot they added a new explosive class. What was the one with the vitality? So like, yeah, the running skill one is kind of nice. No, it wasn't Warlock. I think I'll just go for Fighter for the heck of it. What the heck? Oh yeah, I'm clicking left and it's still going right. That's kind of weird. I don't need it super bright. Yeah, so we'll just go with that. And then pants... Wouldn't mind just making them like black. Yeah, the brown's too close to my hair. Yeah, we'll do that. Then we'll get the right hair. That's kind of good. Yeah, that's probably the best one. I'm gonna do one more to see if it... Okay, that also goes over the ears. Okay. Yeah, I'll just do this. I'll just call it the same as my channel name. And done. Here's the beginning cutscene. Sorry for the long intro. In a place far away from anywhere else, you are part of a group of explorers making your way through the forest. Feeling a strange presence, you notice something between the trees. Drawn to it, you approach this strange relic and raise a hand towards it. Upon touching its surface, a blinding light engulfs you. Now, there is a good chunk of lore to Core Keeper, but we don't fully understand where we are in relation to where we came from. Because this seems very much like it's not the place we came from. Oh, That was interesting. I kind of saw a corridor below myself there. But yeah, this is kind of embarrassing to say, but it took me so long to realize, to the point where I actually had to kind of look at a video to figure it out, that this is a basic crafting area you don't need a crafting table for, or a basic workbench in this case. So for the most part, I'm just going to be collecting wood and slowly exploring the areas around me while not trying to die of hunger. We have some basic food rations, which is kind of funny because you can't actually get this anywhere else. And these are statues of the 3 bosses you have to face, even though there technically is 4. There's only 3 that you specifically need to unlock the outer sections of this game. Alright, we'll start with a basic workbench, a chest. I don't necessarily need a shovel yet. So I'll get kind of the initial area set up, and then I'm going to start talking a little bit about my channel here. It just says, it seems powered down. And I immediately got 1 running skill. I forgot how quickly you get running skill in this game. I'll put some torches kind of close. Grab some more torches. Crafting skill you also get very early in this game. I don't necessarily think this is necessary for me right now. I've already got a copper sword. I don't need a wooden hoe. I kind of just want to get towards this. This I'm going to need copper for anyways. Same with the cooking pot, actually. That's kind of annoying. Furnace just needs dirt. Yeah, if I need 6 copper for that, I might as well just make a shovel now. Even though there's a chance I might not necessarily need it. And this feels weird. Okay, note to self, do not dig up anything. Because I don't want to have valuable items taken up my inventory as of right now. I might actually just focus on this game for the time being, and then make it a second video, but probably not. I just told myself not to do that. But, I'm trying to think kind of where to start, because there's a lot of stuff to talk about. I really need to find some copper. I'm just worried about dying right now. This really doesn't fill me up that much at all. I guess I'll kind of just start with kind of mentioning why I haven't... Okay, good to know he's on this side. Why I haven't recorded the Marble League for the longest time. The thing about me recording in general to some extent is that there's not too many videos that I'm kind of interested in uploading. For the most part, the only videos that actually do really good are my Marble League videos. The problem with that is that it's the only video I do with Facecam, and without Facecam, I don't see much reason doing it, and that's a problem for a variety of reasons. First of all, I need to have, I need to make sure that no one's going to walk in on me when I do those videos, so I likely will do them late at night like I currently am. The second problem is I've had a lot of health issues, which I'm not going to get too much into, but let's just say that things can kind of happen randomly, and I can't fully control them. I've also had to spend a lot of time just kind of trying to care for my health. I have a lot of health issues that, most people not only wouldn't have, but wouldn't really understand, even if you explain them to them. Because I haven't even gotten, a proper diagnosis for what I actually have. Okay, there's some copper up there I can get to. Good. But and on top of all that as well, I actually just recently finally lost some days at work, where I was working previously 5 days a week, which for me is quite a bit given my health issues. I'm on Social Security and a couple other things. I actually might genuinely cut that part, because, I mean, it's not necessarily worth people knowing that. But, I mean, then again, I might not necessarily be on Social Security for much longer, because Social Security is one of those groups that, like, they will do anything to try to cut your benefit, from insurance to Social Security and all kinds of other people. And so, to put it in perspective, just life has kind of gotten to me to some extent. And life by itself isn't too much in the way. It's mostly the health issues and work kind of combined. I just have to kind of look after myself, and I haven't been able to do much in the way of YouTube because of it. But the big thing I want to point out is that another factor with the Marble League is that it's pretty much like the only types of videos I know I have to edit a lot of the time. Like, if I knew I didn't have to edit things, it would be a lot easier to get stuff done. And so I would be thinking, okay, what if I just do like a normal gaming video? The problem with that is that there's not really any type of games I'm super interested in right now. In fact, one of the few ones is Counter-Strike 2. The problem with that is that two things. First of all, the game gets very heated, and I don't want to have, like, I don't want to get, like, real toxic on video. Let's just put it that way. Second of all, the game has a lot of performance issues, to say the least. To the point where I basically have to do a bunch of different checks. I can't actually even get into, like, a game immediately. I have to go, like, and face bots or, like, do a practice map, and then I have to, I'm trying to think. I basically have to make sure, like, the way it works is my performance through the game, for the most part, once I start playing, is fine. But, like, the first time I do anything in the game, like, the first time I shoot, the first time I use my mic, the first time I open tab or the menu, it just lags the hell out. And I wouldn't even consider trying to do, like, a playthrough on that, because, or trying to record it, because it's just, I just know it's not going to work. So, for that reason, I wouldn't do that. There is one type of game, or one game, that I do think I could record and that people would, or at least might watch, that I am interested in, especially since I've been trying out a couple new factions of him, and that's Total War 3 Kingdoms. It's a game I like a lot. It's my favorite Total War game, like, most definitely. And the only downside is that I play it in a way that's not necessarily entertaining, which is that I delegate a lot of battles and don't fight a lot of them if I don't find a need for them. But I probably, if it was like an easy battle, I would probably, like, fight it just to kind of, you know, add some content, even if it made the video longer, most likely. So that's one type of game I could probably record and enjoy recording. But outside of that, there's not really much I can record outside of the Marble League that gets, you know, a decent amount of views. And the Marble League, the whole reason I recorded it in the first place, like, I don't want to be, like, a reacting YouTuber. The whole reason I recorded it is because the best way to kind of get your YouTube channel started, a lot of people say, like, oh, do something popular because people are going to search for it, or do something that's not popular because then you'll be the only one doing it. You want to find that middle ground. You want to find something that's popular, but no one's actually recorded yet. And for me, that was the Marble League. It has millions and millions of views on every one of their videos, but at the time I first started doing it, no one was really reacting to it, which was why so many people watched my first videos. But now more and more people have started to react to it, and I've been getting very delayed with my uploads, to say the least, and people just kind of watch the other content creators first. So for that reason, I wouldn't say I've focused on it less, but I will still record it just because it is, even to this day, still, you know, getting a decent amount of views, even if it's not drawing in as many views as it was previously. It's still doing, you know, kind of decent enough. But again, it does require me to be in a very good state of mind and, you know, be presentable, because I'm doing it with face cam. So, you know, that is an issue for me. So I wanted to find something that I could record, because I don't want to have to, like, record, like, one video every month or two, which is unfortunately exactly what's happening. So the pick'ems are something that happens, or was happening once a year, but now it's happening twice a year from the looks of it. We're going to have one in, I believe, Dallas or Austin. I want to say Austin is the next major, and then we're going to have another major at the end of the year, just like this year, where we had Copenhagen and then Shanghai. And I'll put it like here. It's something that, like, it matters quite a bit to me because it's something that I can quickly record. It's something that I'm pretty knowledgeable of because I am following the scene pretty closely. And now, I needed dirt for the smelter. It's something that I know will get a lot of views because a lot of people are looking at those videos quite a bit at the time. Now, not many people are looking at them long-term necessarily. Like, you're not going to be seeing people look at my, like, Shanghai pick'ems, like, 2 years from now. That's just not what people are looking for. But it's something that I can at least get, like, kind of a burst of views to some extent, like, immediately, which is nice. So how much does the cooking pot require? 4, okay. So there's that. Three Kingdoms is something I could upload, but the thing about Three Kingdoms is that it's also a game that takes a long time, so I could record, like, a lot of videos and just not have much happen in them. So I don't expect them to be super successful, but I'd rather have videos that are not successful and at least be uploading somewhat consistently to some extent. Because I know I'm not going to ever be, like, super consistent with my uploads, but it's something I can at least try to work on. Because the problem is right now it's basically, I've been thinking about it like it's Marble League or bust. And a lot of the time I've realized in the intro of my Marble League videos, I've been doing updates because I feel so bad about not uploading. And I know I don't have that big of a fan base, but I know that there are some loyal subscribers of mine. And I don't want to make them feel like I've kind of abandoned them. Because it's not necessarily about me not wanting to record or me focusing too much IRL. It's about kind of just being lost for purpose to some extent. You know, I've got IRL issues, but I can deal with them to some extent. What I can't deal with is a lot of the don't know how to put this into words. It's the content that I create. Like, there's only one kind of successful video I make, so I've been thinking I need to focus on that to try to get views, but the problem is doing that requires me to be in a very good state of mind. Like, this is the type of game that I can play, just kind of randomly do stuff like I've been doing, try not to focus too much on the game, and I can just kind of talk about things. I could be sick, I could be coughing, I could be sneezing, I could be in the worst, state possible, and I could still record a video, because, again, this is something that, because this game, especially later on, can be just a bunch of nothingness. It can just be the same thing over and over again. It's a good place for me to be able to just sit down, relax, and kind of just talk to my fans about, I haven't abandoned you, I'm just mentioning some of my issues that I'm running into. So I want to give, basically, this game be like a channel update, a place I can just make channel updates so that people kind of are aware of the situation and get kind of an idea on what I'm going to be uploading, and hopefully when I'm going to be uploading. So, with all of that being said, I don't really want to drag this video out too much longer. I think I might, I'll open this area up here, and I might just end it there. Did I really use up all my copper? Wow, okay. Wait, what did I even use it on there? Oh yeah, bench and that. Okay, got it. So another one pickaxe it is. So yeah, that will be it for this video. Again, don't look at Core Keeper as like too serious of a playthrough. If you enjoy my gameplay, I will be taking on like some of the bosses and such. This is a game largely about exploration and combat compared to like something like Minecraft. It's more close to like Terraria than Minecraft, and it's different compared to both because it's not side-scrolling and it's not like open, like a normal like first-person perspective. It's a top-down perspective, which is a decent change of pace. I'll be talking about Core Keeper more extensively later, but this is again mostly a game I'll just kind of be playing in the background while I give channel updates. I plan on recording this or uploading this the very second I end this video. So I hope y'all enjoyed, and I hope that you stayed this long, or at least stayed for a decent chunk of the video, because again, this is very much an update video and not a Core Keeper video. I have not abandoned you all. I feel very guilty for not uploading as much as I have wanted to, and I hope upon hope I can remedy that, even if I'm not going to be uploading once a week. I mean, at this point, I'm not even going to try to give myself a deadline. You know, previously I was like, I'm going to try to record like once every month at least. I know at this point I'm just not good enough to do that. I'm just going to try to do what I can do and not give myself deadlines I know I can't complete to some extent. So I hope you all will understand, and I'll see you guys in the next video.